What's up, y'all? I'm Jalen.
And I'm Jada.
And thanks for tuning in to another episode of We Out Here. Hey, y'all. Welcome back.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, we in this thing.
Season 2.
Season 2. Yeah, we is back in here. All right, I'm hyped. I was actually looking forward to this.
Me too.
It's a very nice way to ground myself. It's loud as hell. Can y'all hear that washing machine?
That's the washer machine.
I think so.
This sounds like somebody on a motorcycle. Right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. This season, we're going to be talking about relationships as a whole. We're going to break it down each episode. It's going to get a little deep, like Jalen said. So let's start out by discussing what a relationship is. What is a relationship? Or what are relationships?
So according to Webster, under relation, connection by blood or marriage, a relative, the connections between two, girl can't read, the connections between or among persons, nations, etc., relation to, concerning, or regarding. Relative, related each to the other, comparative, meaningful only in relationship. Yeah, it's not very clear.
Not at all.
I don't know how you going to use the word in the definition, because I thought you wasn't allowed to do that. That's what they told me in elementary school, that you couldn't use the word inside the definition.
Mm-hmm.
They said related like 10 different times.
Guess they lied. Gee.
They always lying. That's why I wasn't an English major. That's why I was a dance major, because English is bullshit. They be lying. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. I feel like that definition is pretty cut and dry. Like, I don't have anything else to add.
You don't have your own definition?
A relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, just being connected. That could be anything.
Connection between people?
Or connection.
Just
period.
Connection.
Me and my music got a relationship.
Right. Music and dance. Yeah. Relationship.
Me and my bed got a relationship. It's not a good one. I see her when I can, but we got a relationship. We got something going on.
Put your name on it.
Not Ariana.
It be stuck in my head.
Yeah. So to me, it's just.
I was gonna say relationship, connection.
Yeah, any connection to a person, place, or thing. Mm-hmm. No matter how deep or how superficial, surface level it is, a relationship is a relationship. And I think all relationships should also have some type of, I got this whole ass dictionary. Almost boundaries. I think all human to human relationships have some sort of boundary as well. That categorizes that relation. Oh, knock down my mic. That categorizes that relationship as that defines whether it's superficial or not, or deep. But other than that, I think Webster got it right.
Webster.
What do you think?
I I don't know. I mean, I do know. I was hoping that it would be something deeper.
Nah, you want me to Google it?
Sure. It's pretty straightforward, like you said. Like I said, I was going to say relationship to describe relationship, like the dictionary. um, but I agree with you on the connection. I just was
Hoping for a little bit more.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be something a little more. They got more on
this
Google?
This is cute. The way in which two or more concepts, objects, or people are connected, or the state of being connected. I like that one.
That's more satisfying to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in it.
Yeah. Webster was just being complicated. She was trying to sound smart. She was trying to add words so that she could have more pages in her books. She didn't have no real definition. Right. But I like this one a lot. It also says the way in which two or more people or groups regard and behave towards each other. I like that. And then, for that definition of relationship, it says kinship. So, I think that has to do with the boundaries I was talking about.
Yeah.
And how you interact and what causes this relationship to be set apart from that one,
right,
et cetera, et cetera. Because it's the way that you behave towards one another that helps define your relationship.
That makes sense.
The state of being connected is really deep. Because if you go with that or the state of being connected, you're literally connected with anybody that you've ever come in contact with your whole life.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Correct. But
but not every connection has meaning.
Correct. Agreed. Because it's the way in which two or more people regard and behave towards each other.
There you go.
Relationship.
Full circle.
Okay, so according to this article that we just looked up on verywellmind.com, they state 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of basic relationships. The first one's pretty simple. Family relationships.
Right.
To me, those are ones you're born with.
Yeah.
And then second one here is friendships. Family you choose.
Right.
Third one is acquaintances. You know, just them niggas you come in contact with. You don't like them, you don't dislike them, you just don't know them that well in order to consider them friends.
Correct.
It's more of that like surface level connection. Romantic relationships. You have a some sort of attraction to this person. You're with them romantically. Next is sexual relationships. This person you want to be with sexually. And the next one says work relationships. So that's a little, that feels redundant to me because most work relationships are with acquaintances. But also at the same time, I had a job for 3 years where all of the people that I worked with were more than acquaintances. Like I knew like real details of their lives and they knew details about mine because it was such a small group of people. So to me, at that point in time, my work relationships were deeper than just having an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Most of them were like actual friendships.
And then also acquaintances isn't always work relationships.
Correct. But I feel like if they were like putting this in like an order,
Mm-hmm.
it would be family, friendships, romantic, sexual, work, acquaintances.
Order of what?
Order of like
What?
deep to superficial.
Okay.
Yeah. Talking to Mike, you making faces. They
No.
can't see your face.
Yeah. I mean, I agree on some level in terms of deep to superficial because family is supposed to be a deep relationship, but that depends on your family now, doesn't it?
You is very correct, my friend. You're correct. The last one on this list is the last one on this list is situational relationships, sometimes called situationships.
I don't understand that one.
Well, when I read situational relationships, I thought it meant like I only talk to this person when I need this, or that.
Oh, okay.
But then when they said situationships, I'm like, are they talking about,
Complications.
yeah, like
What? Why did I say it like that?
complications? I was like, are they talking about romantic relationships that isn't defined? But then, one of these could have wrote it and don't quite know what situationships means.
One of these.
You know what I mean? Know what
I
I'm
know what
saying?
you mean. They might not
I'ma
know
look
what
it
you
up in
mean. They
Urban
don't know
Dictionary.
who one of these is, but
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay, so situationships meaning less than a relationship, but more than a casual encounter or a booty call.
so they're talking about.
Wait, this is from NBCnews.com. A situationship refers to a romantic relationship that is and remains undefined. A situationship is that space between a committed relationship and something that is more than a friendship, explains psychotherapist and author Jonathan Alpert.
Okay.
So I guess that is what they mean.
That's why they counted 6 and not 7. It's just like a side thing, I guess.
Yeah, but why do they have 3 different types of
Love.
yeah,
things.
love related?
Because that's what, makes the world go round, I guess.
I guess. Like,
That's what everybody's interested in going after. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, I understand, but it's really not that deep. Y'all don't got to make up fake types of relationships just to say the same thing.
But that's what they do. They like to, label everything.
Yeah, label everything
has
and
to have
then
a meaning.
yeah, even the ones that say I'm not a label as a
Don't
label.
make any sense.
You know? Yeah. I wrote something about this.
I didn't. But I've been watching a lot of, YouTube, this talk show, and today they were talking about. Sorry, y'all know by now that my mind is here, but it's not at the same time. So, they were talking about like defining relationships, like introducing someone to like friends or family that you're just sleeping with. Like, how do you introduce them?
You don't.
They were like, you just say my name.
I don't want to be introduced.
And then they were like, well, what if they ask who they are? Like,
Just say their name.
yeah,
My friend.
who is them? Who is that friend?
This my friend Jonathan. Like, this my friend Joseph.
They made it so complicated, but it was really funny.
The
That
way
was
they
funny
were
'cause I
trying
watched
to,
it today. Yeah,
because everybody was probably
because
like,
they're trying to label it, but in that situation,
nobody's asking for a label.
There's
They
no
just want to
need
know
for-
who is this person.
none of your business.
That's what I'm saying. Don't introduce him. We're like, oh, that's just some person.
I met him outside. I don't know.
I don't know. I ain't never seen him before in my
He
life.
just wanted some cake.
Oh, he got that cake. All right. Okay. So, I mean, the different types of relationships, family relationships, friendships, acquaintances, and then we'll just say work relationships. Like as
And
the four,
romantic.
like I said that.
No, you said family,
I said
friends,
family,
acquaintances,
friendships.
and then work.
I said romantic.
Nah, you didn't.
I did.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this shit back.
Okay.
I said romantic.
All right. Start over.
Family relationships, friendships, acquaintances, romantic relationships.
And then work.
I don't feel like work
Oh,
needs to be
you put
a separate.
work in the last time. I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
I said romantic. So
Okay.
I think we could just stick with those four basic types. I mean, that's pretty much what we have outlined for this season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you believe relationships change over time?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I feel like I literally just changed into a whole different person. I don't know.
Okay.
That was my brain processing, but I spoke out loud.
I said, how do you think?
I know what you said. I got it. That was the process that went through my head to answer the question, but it came out loud. I'm sorry.
Oh, why was that so funny?
Anyway. So, for example, with family relationships, which is also often defined by like blood or between marriages and stuff, but a lot of families often grow out of friendships. So you have a lot of aunt and uncles that aren't related by blood, or cousins that aren't related by blood, but just because they're close friendships and they become family.
Yeah, extended family.
And then you have acquaintances who have the opportunity, you have the opportunity to get to know on a deeper level, and they become friends or whatever. And then either of those can go deeper into a romantic relationship, because you might fall in love with a stranger. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Not just like, oh, I love. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on.
I do. It was just funny how you said it. Fall in love with a stranger.
They either a friend or they was just an acquaintance at some point.
Yeah, every relationship I feel like has different stages, and some fizzle out.
We'll definitely get into
There
that later.
for a reason,
Forever
not the
hurt.
season.
I don't know why I'd be so hurt.
Oh wait! I said that backwards. There for the season, not for a real reason.
Did you say forever for a season?
No, I think I said there for a reason, not for a season. I said the opposite of what I meant to say. But I do believe that certain relationships are temporary. But I don't think that temporariness is less than. You know what I mean? I feel like you can learn something from every relationship that you are a part of.
Right.
Even if it's just an acquaintance, you learn how to carry yourself and interact with people that you might not be that close to.
Yeah.
And which is important for things like work. Being able to like be cordial and behave appropriately. Even though in psychology they did say that you're your happiest self when you can be authentic, quote unquote, through all situations in life. But that's not realistic. Like, that's absolutely not realistic. Because not even Cardi B acts like Cardi B when she's at home. You know what I mean? When she's chilling with Offset, she's not like,
Scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry. I like, she has her, like, you know,
Yeah.
excited moments, but she's not on 10,000 when she's at home
Yeah, but
chilling
that's
with
not.
culture.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But there's also different parts of people. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying.
So they can't be 100% themselves because they're what?
The psychology says in order to be happy, you basically, you don't have to code switch. The way you act with me is not how you act at Barnes and Noble.
Right.
The way you act with me is not how you act with your mom.
Right.
So in psychology, there's a I was going to say psychology book, and then my mind rewind, and then I wanted to say psychology class, and then my mind rewind.
I wasn't laughing about that. It was the hand movements because I was like, Jalen, I understand. You don't have to keep doing them.
But my brain was reversing. In psychology, there is a phenomenon. There's a word that I'm missing. Theory. There's a theory that if you can be the exact same, like have the same reactions without a second thought of how others will perceive it, then you're your happiest self. Like if you can just go through life without the need to code switch and be like, oh, I can't say this to this person.
Oh, okay.
You know
I
what I
understand what you're
mean?
saying.
Then you're your happiest self because you're just authentic. There's no reason to hide but that's not how society works.
That's not how people work.
Correct. But is that not how people work because that's not how society works?
No, I think that's not how people work.
What do you mean? Explain.
Because there's different parts of people, not necessarily saying because I'm at work, I'm chill because society is saying I'm chill, but there's a part of me that's just like chill, and then there's a part of me that's like.
But what if the part of you that's like is actually the real part of you?
I understand that. But also there's not just one. People aren't just so cut and dry. You know what I mean?
But what if we are?
But we're not.
But what if we are?
But we're not.
How do you know?
Because I'm the person.
I mean, you know, things to think about. Because our brains are complicated.
Mm-hmm.
They are able to compartmentalize situations, facial expressions, etc., etc. I guess for a reason. But I also feel like we should be able to not have to use our brains for that purpose. You know how much like schema we create throughout our lives, like defining different situations, people, yacht. That's so much fucking storage space.
Yeah.
That we could be using for something else, like superpowers. And we sitting here trying to act all proper.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. I get it 100%. I understand what you're saying, and I agree as well. But also, I disagree, and I'm having a difficult time explaining it because
No, I know what you're saying.
my mind is not fully around these days.
I know what you're saying. I get it. I'm just saying the opposite. I'm saying the opposite for, you know, the
She shut down, y'all.
So sorry. I am so sorry. I'm back. I'm just saying the opposite for the purpose of saying the opposite. But I get what you're saying too.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out how to say what I'm saying.
Okay, so
What was the question?
well, we were talking about, do you believe certain relationships are temporary?
Yes.
And I was like, yes, you can learn something from every relationship. And then I was talking about work, and I was like, but they say that you should be able
theory,
to
100%.
yeah, you should be able to just speak without the opposite person feeling like, because you're just being you. You'd be your happiest. Yeah, it was just a random tangent, It's just how my brain works. But we back. So how does a temporary relationship compare to like something that's long term? Like, how do you know that a relationship is going to be long term?
I don't know if you do know. I don't know if you do know until
I almost cried just now, but I'm back.
Until it is.
Until it's
you know
over.
What I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know. It's really difficult to know.
How do you try to make a relationship long term?
How do you try
like
to
if
make
you
one
if you
long-term?
yeah. Like there's things that have to be done in order to maintain a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, oh, this person is bomb, like this gonna be my best friend, how do you make that relationship long term? Like how do you keep that up? What's the maintenance?
Put in the work.
What's the work, friend?
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna tell you how to put that work.
Because you shouldn't have to do so much work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If the relationship is a relationship that's meant to be a relationship.
Period.
But you do have to put in some work. That means making time for that person, even as someone who's busy. Because if you care for somebody, you'll make the time.
You're gonna show up.
You'll make the time. You'll make it happen.
Correct.
Also, two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have to be, whatever that relationship is, it requires that other party to also be putting in the work, making the time for you. And then it's an action of give and take on whatever level. You can't just be taking everything, always having an issue or a problem and expecting them to help you out. And then when it comes to them, you can't do the same in return.
Correct. There's nothing worse than being an empath, like being so connected to other people and their emotions and being very aware about how you interact with people and people being one-sided and fake and phony.
Yeah.
There's nothing that really like breaks a heart more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just I never understood how people could just take and never give.
Yeah.
And then
it's
sleep at
also,
night.
Being able to reflect on yourself, because relationships aren't always going to be, easy.
Yeah.
So
this one is.
That's what I'm saying, where it doesn't always have to be work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
we still do stay connected. Like even when we were separated.
Yeah, I was going to use this for an example. So I as y'all know, I recently moved from New Jersey to Maryland, moved with Jalen.
Yep.
But I have a best friend out in New Jersey, and I remember her being like really worried about me moving out, because she was like, oh, it's not going to be the same. Will I ever see you? Like, when you leave, you don't know if you'll see that person again. But I was like, it will be fine. No, it's not going to be the same because I'm not seeing you every day. But, we text each other and we make it work. We make it happen. I'm trying to... It's hard to explain because it doesn't require that much explanation for me. If a relationship is meant to be, if we're meant to be friends, we're going to be friends regardless.
True.
Like, me and Jalen don't have to do a lot of work.
Nah.
But we also understand each other.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So there's not much work to do. And when you have a connection with somebody you want to keep it, you're going to keep it.
Yeah, if you care, you're going to do what you have to do to make sure it lasts.
Your fucking eyes. That eye was rolling.
But in terms of knowing if it's going to be long-term or not, like I was saying before, you don't know. Because there are many relationships that thought was going to be long-term.
I thought so too.
And it didn't work out that way.
Not even a little bit.
You can't really prepare yourself for that until it happens.
I
think there's signs that you need to look out for. That you need to keep your eyes open for. And, when it ends, you might be like, damn, should have seen that coming.
I should have seen that coming. I think the people showing that they care is a huge one.
That was a make and break for me and other people. That'll be longer down the line.
That'll become a thing. And it also becomes of being aware of the differences between how you think that you're showing that you care, mm-hmm. and versus what the other person needs from you to show that you care. Mm-hmm. Like, I've had somebody tell me that, oh, we text every day, so that's how I show that I care. But you live 5 minutes away from me and I haven't seen you in a month. To me, that doesn't equal that you care. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could at least try to see me like once a week when you live that close. Even if it's for an hour, even if you're like, hey, let's go get a coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be different if we texted every day and you lived in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, you care because you're taking the time out of your day when we're completely separated to text me. Mm-hmm. Okay. But did you call? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different things to navigate when you are trying to maintain a relationship. Mm-hmm. And even if that person feels like they're doing all that they can do, it's still up to you to be like, I'm not going to accept the bare minimum that you think is enough for me.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
It's also important to communicate that, though.
Correct.
As well. If that's something that's an issue, communicate that to that person. And the thing is what they do with that information. Because for me,
that just took me
which we'll talk about later down the line, maybe a little more deeply, but one of my relationships hit a rough patch and got really weird and stuff. And I took time to go it took a long time to actually meet with this person face to face because they were just always unavailable. But I did, take time to reach out and be like, this is what I'm feeling. This is what, what I feel like should change. And it's funny because that person was like, the fact that you came and talked to me really showed me that you care. Mm. But then after that, nothing changed. But then on the other flip side, which is another part we'll go deep later, is there's a relationship that ended, or I thought ended, and then later that person reached out to me. And, we had a talk and stuff. And then now, they changed, they grew up. So this brings me to a lesson that I learned in life as a child. through a movie DVD. Medea Goes to Jail.
I'm screaming.
No, but it's an important lesson that stuck with me.
Yeah.
So she was talking about relationships or just people and comparing people to trees. So you have...
You know I love a tree.
I know you do.
I love a tree.
So you have people that are like leaves. And they're on there and they make it look pretty. But, as the weather changes, the leaves change. And, they fall off and they die. And then she was talking about the wind and, they go with the wind and they're just out there.
They're just out there being
But they're
leaves.
not doing anything for that tree. And then she goes on to the branches, which are the tricky people. Because you think they're going to be there.
Oh, them bitches
You
fall
think
right
they're
off.
gonna hold on. But when
Little
something
piece of
happens,
wind.
they break off and they leave you high and dry.
That's a shout. Hold on.
Those are people you have to watch out for because, you think they're going to be there. So those are the ones that are hard to decipher. And then you have, and there's less of these on the tree, the roots in the tree. For nourishment, they help the tree grow. And they're there. They're there to make sure that tree is staying up. That's why I only got a handful of friends.
Period. Because that's all you need.
It's a longer discussion, but that's something that really stuck with me.
That's on the play.
Medea Goes to Jail. Them plays
are gone. They don't even got. Do they have them on OWN? Where are the plays?
BET.
Oh, they're on BET.
I don't know if all of them are. I got it over there though. We ain't got no DVD
We got
player.
no DVD players.
But I got it over there
after 6 months.
Yeah, check out that discussion. You can also listen to it on YouTube. That specific discussion. I'm sure some of y'all have heard it, but that's something that really.
You
stuck
think
with
Tyler
me.
wrote it? Tyler Perry wrote that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I'm sure he heard it somewhere, or he's elaborating on something his grandmother said. Or,
But you got your leaves blowing in the wind. You got your branches.
Them damn branches.
And then you got your roots.
He's so hurt.
But there's also people that, are working to become a root, Like they have the ability to change. Like that one person who, had to kick to the curb and then they.
Yeah. Yeah. I will admit that I'm not good at picking up the branches, They come back. I mean, I don't feel what's the word? Because they do give me a negative feeling. But I'm not dwelling on said feeling, but I cannot allow you to come back into my space.
And you don't have to.
Correct.
The only reason I think I do is because I don't think I've officially let it go yet. I have a hard time of letting things go.
Understood.
Especially when it comes to certain people or relationships, because the relationships that were supposed to be the roots to my tree weren't there. So all I have are branches to hold on to. So when they go away, I have a very difficult time of letting them go. Damn, I'm about to cry.
Don't cry, friend. I'm trying to hold my eyes. Don't cry, friend. Don't cry, friend. Don't cry, friend.
No.
Don't cry, friend.
Yeah, I have a very difficult time of letting certain relationships go, which we'll get into deeper. You'll understand when we talk about the different relationship groups.
Yeah, breakdowns.
But there's certain relationships that I hold to a greater importance in life because the other relationships lack what I need.
Hello? Get closer to
Oh, shit. I'll say it again. Sorry, y'all. I was wiping my tears. Let me say it again. There's certain relationships that I that I hold to Stop laughing, please.
Okay.
Like, there's certain
Okay.
relationships that I hold to a greater importance than others because the ones that were supposed to be of high importance lacked what I need in life.
Mm. So, how do you present yourself in relationships?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not. I'm learning about how I present myself in certain things. I don't know.
They sound like
just
they coming
be
through the damn
rolling
ceiling.
up there.
You fucking do. Fucking, what is it called? WWE? Or they're turning it back into WWF, I think. But they be up there like,
Yeah, I'm learning how I present myself in relationships because I believe when in the past when I think about relationships, I always think about the other person and not about how I show up
mm.
in that environment.
I'm so sorry. Let's get a mic. That's not cute. It depends on how the person approaches me. Not very open. We are not very open people. So when somebody approaches me, just calm, Kai. I was trying to say kind and nice at the same time. If somebody approaches me and they're calm, they're nice, then I'm going to give them that same energy. If they give me dry, standoffish, I'm going to give you dry, standoffish. But most of the time, as I continue to like talk to somebody or interact with them, no matter how small the interaction or big, I tend to warm up.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, like she's a nice person. Like she likes to laugh. She's goofy, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times when I step into like interactions with other people, after a while, I always get the same response is that I'm like their mother, their grandmother. Like I'm this person who's like, oh yeah, Jalen, she's going to hold everybody up. I don't want to be that person. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I think it's because I don't be talking to other people about like my insecurities or whatever rough patches I'm going through because I'm not open. So I think they think I'm the one to lean on, but a bitch is crumbling. So I think that's how I present myself, but I don't think that's a genuine representation of my whole person. You know what I mean?
I understand that. You're reminding me.
I don't like the
of,
pedal stool. I don't like that shit.
the pedal stool. That just reminded me. You're reminding me of somebody that literally said that today on YouTube. I don't know them personally, but she was saying, what were they talking about? Something that you would want people to know about you. And she was like, that I'm sensitive. The people, like how she comes up and presents herself, people think she's just very strong, which she is, and very confident, but she also has feelings and they get hurt.
Yeah.
But people don't take that into
into consideration.
into consideration because of how they view her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see you, Jalen. It's okay.
But I don't know. I don't know how else to present myself.
You don't have to present yourself in any other way.
Unless I want said relationship to be long term.
That I don't think that's a presentation. I think that's a discussion.
You're right.
Because you don't need to change who you. That's who you are. That's just how you are. But then you just I don't know. It's like
A wall.
Yeah.
But that's so like sad.
It is sad. I'm sad too. I was gonna play a little more off of what you said, because I also, give the energy that I receive.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the beginning of anything, I was always very standoffish,
Mm-hmm.
as a form of protection, because I don't think I felt safe in any relationship. Not that, I don't know if safe is the right, safe in the fact that I could 100% be myself.
Mm-hmm.
That it was okay to just,
Mm-hmm.
talk and chill and laugh and stuff is what I mean. Not, I wasn't in any danger, but
Yeah.
I
mean, if your mind is telling you that you're in danger, then that's your mind telling you you're in danger, regardless of what other people view as danger. You know what I'm saying? Protecting yourself is protecting yourself.
I was just trying to let him know when nobody coming after me or nothing. I just always on guard.
Yeah, you needed the wall. I got you, friend.
Just got higher, deeper and deeper.
It'd be like that. Freshman year of high school was a rough time. I don't even know what happened. Like, I
don't remember anything but college, to be honest.
I was in a fog. No, senior year got better. I started to.
We already talked about how that was the worst for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to add to this little intro? Little intro episode for season 2, baby.
No, that was the beginning. Y'all got your definitions for relationships.
Yeah.
Let's ask you guys, think about how you present yourself in a relationship.
Yeah.
In any of these relationships.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be more specific in these next episodes and get deeper. And this podcast has helped me sort out a lot of stuff going on in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And this season we're tackling relationships. So it's like a therapeutic, helpful journey.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I appreciate y'all that have joined and are on this journey with us. And as we grow as people, we want you to come along with us and grow as well. And this is our little community. We all out here together.
Yeah.
So I'm wishing you all the best. And thank you for rocking with us.
That being said, follow your girls on Twitter. Okay. Answer the question. Okay.
Also, spread the word.
Yeah.
We are now on Spotify.
Where my applause button? Yeah.
As well as Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
And Google Podcasts.
Boop, 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 boop.
So you have some more platforms to go listen to us. And, you can listen to us in the car, whatever. Go ahead and leave a little rating or whatever. And also, we plan on doing this for a while. So this season we got relationships rocking. If there's anything in the future you like to talk about, let us know. Like Jalen said, let's talk. Come on now. This is what we doing right here. Talk to us back. We trying to figure out who y'all are.
If y'all listening and y'all got a Twitter, follow us on Twitter. Make sure you comment and answer the question. Yeah, but like Jada was saying, even if it's within this season, if you have a question and you're like, hey, Jalen, Jada, what do y'all think about this? Or this is how I feel about relationships. We can respond to it at the beginning of the next episode. We are interested in connections, period. I think we're people who enjoy forming new relationships with other people that are deep and more meaningful. And that's not just for this podcast, but that's for life. And we trying to grow together, like Jada said. So the more feedback we have is so helpful, not just for podcast purposes, but for us. Because sometimes it really just be feeling like you're out here by yourself, and that's not.
That's why we be on here crying
all the time, y'all. And I cannot guarantee that there's gonna be less tears on this season.
No, it's
either.
gonna get real crazy.
It's gonna get a little, yeah. But I'm hyped nonetheless. Ready to do this. That being said, follow us on Twitter. No. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 1 of season 2. Let me get that. And we out here.
Peace.
See y'all.